What's up, you guys? This is the girl. We are here on the Love. Oh wait, no, it's Thursday Night Therapy. On to Thursday Night Therapy with the girl, Patty. I'm here with Dante.
What's happening, people? Hope everybody had a good week. Stay blessed, family.
And we also got the Love Doctor Chuck. Take it away.
What up, everybody? Hopefully everything is going good. Hopefully your week is going good. We love to have you here on Thursday Night Therapy, where we get problems resolved. So we're gonna get some things together tonight, and hope y'all like this topic tonight.
Yes. And if this is your first time watching us, thank you so much for joining us. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Hit that notification bell so that every time we go live, you know what's up. What's going on, y'all? How y'all feeling?
Good. What's up, Chuck?
No, not much. Everything's going great.
Really?
Been a pretty good week for me, man. Kids have been out of school. Listen, I'm in Georgia. I don't know what the school's like or whatever, but they got some shit called fall break.
It's not even fall yet.
Where was you at when they was setting the calendar up for the damn school? That's a great point. That's a great point. So the kids start school in August, but for some crazy reason, they're out for a week in September. I don't get it. They didn't treat me this well when I was a child.
I know.
So I'm a little jealous. But I've been kicking it this week, man. The kids have been home all week, so we've had a good time. We can do some cooking together. It's just me and my son, so we can do some cooking together and hanging out. But looking forward to watching some Thursday Night Football later on. But it's been a pretty cool week overall.
Nice.
Oh, I like that. I like that you're cooking with your sons and doing that together. That's real tough, you know.
Y'all been working out? Because last time, everybody was telling me how they worked out during the week. Like, what that gym been looking like, Payne?
Oh my gosh, yes. I was just in there last night. And let me tell you, I had to run all these errands. It was just a long ass day yesterday. And I was like, no matter what, we are going to the gym. And by the time I got to the gym, luckily I have a Planet Fitness membership. So they tend to be 24 hours. So I got there. I'm excited. I'm pumping it, you know. And this lady, like, she keeps coming behind me. You know, she's wiping up. She's cleaning off the table, clean off the equipment, which I do. But it was like, damn, bitch, like, why are you on me? So now I'm just like, okay, well, maybe she's just really tedious. So I start putting away my equipment too, and she keeps going behind me. So I go and I'm about to do my those presses when you sit down, press up, and she's like, before you get your setup, I just want to let you know we're about to close. And out of all the 24-hour Planet Fitness we have here in Columbus, that's the one that I found that closes at 10 o'clock on a Wednesday.
10 on Wednesday. Is that the only day they close on Wednesday?
It looks like that's every day. I was up in the burbs, but I would have thought, of all places, that would have been 24 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but I went in there and I got it in. I go and we play tennis. The tennis is fun. I have to remind myself that I have to work out before I go play tennis because I feel I look so old. Like I'm hobbling, trying to get the ball and everything. Ankles rolling all over the damn place. So, but I get it in. I get my workout in. What about you, Chuck? You been working it out? I thought I saw a picture.
Oh, hey, listen here. I've been grinding every day. Me and my wife been getting it in. We started on our crusade. Matter of fact, we just did some bike riding today because the weather has broke out here in Vegas, and it's really nice. Like it's in the 80s, and in here the 80s is like no humidity. The 80s here probably feels like low 70s or to high 60s. Anywhere else like in Columbus or something like that. But I mean, it was just a beautiful time. We rode down to the park, and we've been going to Planet Fitness almost every day, getting it in. You know what I'm saying?
So, dope, man.
Yeah,
health is wealth, man. How's that bike workout? Like, how is that? Is that like a good workout? Like, do you feel that, or what is the?
Yeah, to get some because it was working on more of the legs, and because back in the day when we was kids, it was easy. It was fun to bike ride. You could put somebody on the handlebars and ride them to the other side of town. You know what I'm saying? It was nothing. playing was fun back then. But as you get
Yeah.
older, you got to be in condition to play.
Playing
You
is
know
a
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Playing is a workout. You ain't never lied. I wish I would get out here and play tag right now. Okay, listen. All right, I'm in, y'all. It's okay. I'm in.
Like he ain't never gonna catch us. He gonna be sitting there watching TV, beer in the hand, remote in the other.
Yeah, man, I'm it. Y'all high.
Oh shit. Well, good. I'm glad you guys are getting in. Can we jump into
Yes.
some news?
Uh-oh.
Oh, no
Okay,
rant?
let's do it. Okay, let's start off. I mean, I didn't really get anything from you guys, so I just went in and just downloaded a couple things.
You didn't have to say all that, Chuck. You could just went ahead.
Hey, I'm just saying, you know, then I ain't getting nothing.
You ain't had to put us on blast naturally, but I get it.
Hold on. So hold on. Let's switch this over to here. We're gonna add. Let me see.
Hey, we back in the studio. I like that. I like that look on you, love doctor. I like that look on you, Chuck.
Yeah, much better than last week, huh?
Right.
All right, let's go ahead and go with this one. This is the main topic that's going on all around. You already knew we was gonna start off with Puff Daddy. Yes, man, he's been officially arrested and he's been denied bail when they tried to appeal him because of the conditions. Now, this is the thing, man. The mess up the thing is, for one, for me, I don't never laugh or rejoice when somebody gets locked up. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he didn't kill nobody, so he should at least get bail. I mean, that's just they're giving him different treatment because he's Diddy, of course. Because in something like this, they might take your passport away or something like that, but they wouldn't deny bail. Only normally when you have double murder or something like that, you'll get denied bail. Obviously, they're trying to make an example out of Diddy. And like I told y'all before, we cannot party like the white folk, okay? The stuff that they get away with, like the Hugh Hefners and the Playboy bunnies and all that, man, please. We be trying to be like them, but we cannot get that off. Like, it's gonna come back to haunt us. And all of our big time moguls have been arrested. You know, you talking about you got Diddy, Suge Knight. They're looking for Russell Simmons. If he take one step back in, they're gonna arrest him. You got what they did stuff to Michael Jackson. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, man. It's like when you get so big, they're gonna put you back in your place and show you that you still a Negro. So, you know, for this situation, I mean, this is crazy, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And now, like I said, they keeping him without bail. They gonna hang him, man. He gonna be gone for a long time. They're gonna do him like R. Kelly, I think.
Did he? Like, yes, he should not have bail. This guy is in there on RICO charges. He's not in there over like he smacked the bitch. Like, this dude was doing some wild drug trafficking of prostitution, abuse, violence.
Let me just say something.
Basically,
listen, he was partying. That's what he was doing, and they reclassified it as all this. But it was a drugged out party. Everybody get high and party and whatnot, and they was having sex. They was having orgies. They do this all the time. This is nothing new.
With sex. These are
sex workers.
These are not willing participants. Okay, these are trafficked people. These are trafficked sex workers.
Okay, you fly in strippers, and now you're trafficking them. Okay,
it's against the law.
Right. Right. You can't fly in strippers.
There is no way that y'all be complaining about you get punished for breaking the law.
Hey, to me, it's a little reach. I think it was just. I'm serious. I think he's just he's always been known for his parties, so he brings in the best entertainers. And you know, they was partying, and like I said, they was getting high, having sex, having orgies, and you know, of course, drugs were involved. I mean, to me, I think this is a reach.
You got to read the documents. Read what RICO is. Even Young Thug got
it's conspiracy. RICO's a conspiracy.
Yeah, but the RICO, though, we got to see whether or not there's any legitimacy to the RICO part of it, because you're right, that's the biggest part. Now, with that said, listen, I ain't no lawyer, I ain't no judge, but I do watch Law and Order all the time. And in my opinion, Diddy has the resources, that's the word they use on the show.
Yeah.
The resources to flee.
He does.
So, and his behavior immediately after everything kind of dropped, like how he was kind of here and there, and like Mr. Mysterious, like they were being spotted off an island in Miami, being spotted over here. It's like, why be spotting this brother? Y'all need to make sure to keep an eye on him before the trial.
Mm-hmm.
Because unfortunately for Diddy, bro, I think there's enough there to put that brother away for a long time. And to be
Yeah.
honest with you, if I was Diddy with Diddy's money, I know what I did all them years. Y'all
Yes.
think y'all got me.
It's-
No. Let me get this bail. He literally offered. Didn't he offer like $5 million bail?
He
That was
offered it.
50
Whatever.
million. It was like 50 million in assets or something like that up. Yep.
Offered it. Not like they gave
Yep.
him a bail and he was like, here you go. He said, hey, y'all. Hey, check this out.
Mhm.
Give up 50 million. We don't even got to talk about this. And they said, you trying too hard.
Mhm.
You're trying a little too hard with the 50 million, brother. So I don't know, bro. I think he has the resources to flee. I think the Russell Simmons thing might be playing a small role. So that one is tough. But your point, Chuck, the point you made was great. Most of the time, there's murder involved when it's no bail at all. Even if it's really high, 5 million, 10 million, 20 million, even if it's high, you get a bail. So, I mean, there's some point there, but man, if I was the judge, I would have took one look at this mugshot right here. Yeah, boy, you ain't going nowhere.
You ain't going nowhere. He's a Riz. He's a Riz. He's like Jeffrey. He's a black Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I just see this. They like to villainize so much stuff. Like it's
Diddy
just like
is a
for
villain.
me. I mean, I get
Where's
it.
50 Cent when I need him?
Listen to me. I'm not taking up for Diddy by any means. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying, like, okay, on the indictment, from what I heard the prosecutor say, he was talking about, he's known for dragging people by the hair, because they got the video. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was domestic violence. You know what I mean? Bro, this, like I said, this type of Hollywood orgy partying scene is not new. I could see if he was the only one that ever did it, but they be doing this all the time. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, he shouldn't have smacked her and stuff. He should have got charged. I get that.
That's not why he's going to prison, man. It's literally.
Why do they keep showing it then?
Because it's just one of the many things that Diddy does. Diddy is like the villain. He's like the villain. I would say he's more villainous than R. Kelly. Okay, if I had to have one or the other put in jail and they had to release one, it would be Diddy. All right,
I would go for that.
People's cars blown up.
Yeah.
Like a car.
I heard about that stuff. Right. Yeah.
He's like Suge Knight. He's like the gayer Suge Knight. So no, this guy is a villain. And just because he's a black man, you got cap for him. No, some black men suck. This is one of the black men.
What happened to innocent until proven guilty, Champagne?
You bet.
How much of that stuff do you know
contract? It's the chickens are coming to roost. They're coming to roost.
Yeah, you might have a point because he directly had an involvement in the actual in the Tupac murder. He had a direct involvement in that. He had they had a bounty out on him. Yeah, he had his boy like I said, Keefe D, that thing that's in the news right now. So so yeah, he has been known to do a lot of stuff, the dirt out here and everything, and he abused his power. And like I said, you can see by this mugshot, he's been doing a lot of crying. And like I said, it's easy to be out here bullying. I mean, look at his eyes. His eyes are swollen right there. He's been crying like this. Hey, if you did any dirt with Diddy, he about to start snitching. Straight up. Look at it. He about to start snitching.
Bail, he offering people up like, yo.
Yeah.
Oh man, please. So any of them celebrities, he giving everybody up.
But the thing is, man, man, Diddy make so much money, man. He kind of got this mob mentality. He probably think he bigger than the law.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, after all these, because real talk, now that we know so much more about what happened with the Tupac situation, it's like, you got to know that if you get away with that all them years ago, you probably do feel a sense of like big boss entitlement, like straight up, they can't do anything to me. Like if you've done 10, 11, 15, 20 crimes and nothing has happened because of it, you begin to feel like you above that shit. And I think they got his black ass now.
Right. Hold on. We got a couple comments on here. I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead. I was about to say.
We got a couple comments we gotta go through. Okay. Madison stated, why are black people so happy to see another black person locked up? You didn't see Jews celebrating Harvey Weinstein or Epstein fail. That's true. Like I said, I never, I never rejoice when somebody else gets locked up. Because like I said, I mean, this could happen to any. Straight up, like any. Go ahead.
It's some that they should though. It's some white people out there who molest children, and they should be celebrated when
Those
they get
were
locked
the
up.
two.
There's some white people out there who then committed mass murders and killed 20 people at one time. It should be celebrated. I don't know what the brother has done. Again, I want to see all of the information before I cast any judgment at all on anybody. I want to know whether you're guilty or not. But if 90% of that stuff is true, if 10% of it isn't true, they deserve to fry his ass if at least 90% of that shit is true, bro. It's a lot of bad stuff on there.
You
Yeah,
know it.
I mean, but it's sad though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not the fact that, okay, they caught him or whatever the case may be, but it's still a sad case. Like, you know, for somebody to have grown to so many heights, like he was damn near a billionaire, you know what I'm saying? And then for him to fall like this, I mean, it's crazy and it's happening too much. So that's what I say. It's just sad for me, regardless. So I'm not going, you know, you had an opportunity, man, to do so many great things. And then now it's come to this. Like to, you know, like, I mean, it's just crazy, man. So you just got to be careful out here, man, for real. Because you're a target. When you get a certain amount of money and things like that, you are a target. So that's why I'm like, I stay back from like, you know, rejoicing and stuff like that, because this is happening to our black men that have made it to, I mean, to great heights. And, you know, it's a sad case.
I mean, has this black man been drugging and fucking other black men?
Say what?
Has this black man been drugging and fucking other black men against their will?
I don't know.
What about
maybe
their brother?
He might have been. He might have been. We don't know.
See, my issue with the whole, well, you know, they're charging. No, they're not just going after black people. They went after Epstein. They went after Weinstein. They went after Kevin Spader. They go after white people. But we're not, that's not our circle. So we're not worried about that. We're not focused on that. We're more focused on black people because that's who we're in proximity in. If you violated children, if you violated women or men, if you are out here, you're murderous and you're killing people, you should be in jail. I don't care what color you are. If you're harming people, you need to go. And this whole, well, we're black, and that's why so many of us suffer trauma, because we're all about, well, let's support each other. Versus, nah, that's a predator. Let's get him out of the community so we can reinforce it and keep our community strong.
Man, yeah, bro. Listen, I don't care if you're black. If you've done something wrong, then you've done something wrong. I don't give a damn what color you are.
Exactly.
I don't know what the brother has done. I'm not casting any judgment. If it is true, then he deserves to be in jail. I'm not celebrating the man going to jail.
I'm not taking day off of work.
If you really broke the law repeatedly and up to and including killing people, raping people against their will, dragging women through hotels, hanging people over balconies, you deserve to go to jail. I don't give a damn what color you is. Ain't got nothing to do with being black or white.
But are you focusing on those coverage for whites, Madison? Are you watching white TV? Because if you're watching white TV, you'll see that. But if you're only watching black TV, we don't really report on white people's affairs. Second of all, Diddy is not like us. Diddy ain't poor. He is not a broke nigga. So this is the same dude who's going to oppress you guys. This is the same guy who is going to use you, which he has done, to get what he wants. Look at all those crooked contracts. Those were black people he did that to.
All them black artists who didn't get their money. All them black artists who didn't get their money. What about them?
They were black. So why are we not mad at him being a black man doing this to other black people? So
where's that part of it?
I'm definitely listening to me. For me personally, I'm definitely disappointed in the behavior because, like I told you, we tend to act like Europeans when it comes to certain business entities. Like, you know, we're giving them like how the Jewish contracts do. We give the same type of contracts. We ain't giving that extra love or empowering our community like we should be. You understand what I'm saying? And as far as like how the media and how the feds go, I mean, trust me, I don't believe everything that they say. They villainize people that shouldn't have been villainized. You know what I'm saying? So I don't agree with everything that they say. So I'm not going to say off rip that he's guilty of all these things. I can only be upset with him from the things that I know he did. Like I said, he beat her up and drug her. That's some whole ass shit. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, the contracts and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That you know, and then watching his shows, he was so arrogant and, you know, condescending, you know what I'm saying, that he looked down on people. You know what I'm saying? So those types of things that I know about, I'm very disappointed. But like I said, as far as the other stuff, I mean, until the evidence comes out, I tend to wait because I'll tell you. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? Because
Sure.
I've been done like this, and I'm gonna go through this when we go forward. All right.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd have been in handcuffs behind something I ain't did before. That's what I said. Like I still would like to let it play out before I cast any judgments at all. But if you did those crimes, like I'm not gonna be like, well,
I get it.
Well, they never go after white people. Like, so we let the black criminals go?
No.
No, I mean we should be. Listen, man, we should be like Chuck said, man. These are the people that are representing our culture to the masses, and we should want to be proud, not disappointed. And the people who are representing our culture to the masses. Don't get me started on Sexy Red.
Oh man,
I'm not proud. I'm disappointed, but we should want to be proud of the people that are representing our culture to the masses. And it's like, if someone representing our culture to the masses was misrepresenting it, the black people should be the ones to pull them back and get them together.
I feel you. Okay, I don't care if he's guilty or not. I'm just watching all these niggas being vocal about it. Why can't we shut the fuck up like other people? Now, like I said, what he's saying is, like I said, he has a point here. Like we do tend to go after our own, and we sometimes overlook what's happening in other communities. You know what I'm saying? Like we might not say nothing about that. Just like with Stephen A. Smith on ESPN, he always going after the black people, but when white people do something, you don't hear him say nothing. So I get that. I think, like I said, it's just more relevant to, you know, what our experience. We loved Puff Daddy back in the day. We listened to his music, and so we're more prone to go back at him because we've seen his whole journey from the Mary J. Blige days all the way, you know what I'm saying, until him doing all his Mogul, Ciroc, and all that stuff. So I think it gets an emotional reaction because we're more personal with P. Diddy.
Man, that plays a part in it. I honestly, like being a person, I've been a P. Diddy fan. I used to like Diddy, middle school.
Yeah,
right.
Love
the bad boy movement, but I was like, come on. It was not until we saw the video at that hotel with him whooping Cassie's ass that a lot of us decided, like, oh.
And the rumors were always there.
They were always
there.
They
were always there, as I knew.
Most of us didn't say anything prior. They were always there. We heard he was hanging niggas over the balcony. We heard
when he ripped her hair out her head.
We heard don't go to a Diddy party. Like way before. We wasn't saying anything. When that video came out, it was like, oh, I guess bro really do be out here whooping chicks' ass. So I mean, I think that was really damning with the video, but you know, that's the thing, is that now all of a sudden it plays out in the court of public opinion, because in 2024, everything's out, broadcast, it's online. He's not even on trial for that. But it's that action that has a lot of people kind of turn on him. That ain't even what he's in. That's not what he's on trial for. That's not at all part of anything to do with it, but it's what's on the internet. So, I mean, I get what you're saying. People will take the time, villainize a black man. And, of course, to Payne's point, yeah, it's your own people that talk about you. No white people aren't sitting around talking about Diddy. No, they're not sitting around talking about R. Kelly. They're not going to do that, but at the same time, we're not sitting around talking about Epstein.
No, and I don't think happy
to talk about Elvis. I don't give a damn about Elvis and what he did back then. We know it, but am I talking about it? Not at all. That's for them to handle. He represents y'all. That's y'all's king.
That's y'all community. Don't worry about y'all community. We gonna take care of. It's weird how people throw we worry about our community, and then it's like, let's not talk about our community. So it's just weird to me when we throw that and when we use that. But we can talk about Diddy all day. We do have a topic at hand today.
Okay. Hey, all right. Hey, you see how divisive that is, though? I mean,
no, for sure.
Hey, that's how divisive that is. That's what I'm saying. Like when stuff like that happens to somebody that, you know, that's made it does fracture the community, man. There's people that's going, you know, that loved him, and there's people that now that hates him. You know what I'm saying? So it's, you know, stuff like this is just crazy. I just hate to see this, man. You know, just to see any, you know, black man that was successful fall from grace like this. All right.
I'm sorry.
Anyway,
I'm not a Diddy fan. That's why I went hard.
I feel you. Hey, that's your choice. I feel you. That's your choice. You know what I'm saying? But all right. So all right, let's get into our topic here. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay. All right. Now, prison is a very real problem in our community. Okay. 28.5% of black men will be sentenced to a state or a federal sentence. Okay. And it's very easy to get caught up in crime. You know, it's almost hard not to get in trouble when you're trying to, especially when you're trying to find yourself, when you're, you know, you don't know what you want to do with your life. So it's hard sometimes, depending on where you at, not to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Now, let me give you an example. Now, and I'm gonna just go to my point. Okay. Now, in May of 2007, right? I had a computer shop on Mock Road, and my computer shop was actually raided, and I mean, they went through and they took everything out of my shop. They raided my crib and everything, and it was because I had bought a stolen computer, right? And man, they put me on the news like I was like Charles Manson. They had me on channels 4, 6, 10, and Fox, and on the radio, because it was a different type of case. Because you know, I was a black man with a computer shop, and that was very rare. There was only maybe like 2 or 3 in the city, so it made news. So at this particular time, I was facing they was trying to like trump up all these charges and make a 20 count indictment. And I was facing, continual criminal enterprise. So it was looking like I was about to face like 20 years. Now, at the same time, my wife filed for divorce because my future looked bleak. You know what I'm saying? She ain't shit for that. Now, let me just say that. Feel me? So she obviously was not going to do a bid with me. You understand what I'm saying? Because like I said, it was all good when she was taking all the good stuff. When we had money, you ain't never have to pay no bills. I was taking care of everything. I let you keep your money because my money trumped her money 4 or 5 fold. You understand what I'm saying? But since now the future was bleak, even though she knew I was a cheater, she left me at my bottom. She was not going to do a bid for me. And like I said, listen to me. Y'all can Google it. It's 28.5% of black men will go into jail. There's a lot of good men that might be locked up. It almost happened to me. Luckily, I didn't actually get sentenced. I got off on it. You know what I'm saying? Because it was some BS. But I could have been in the system like this. And I'm not no criminal. Like I ain't never smoked or drank. I've always served my community. And I could have been locked up if it was up to the guy that was doing the investigation. I could have been doing 20 years for that, the way he was trying to do it, Wow. So I mean, so if somebody would have maybe waited on me, if I would have actually served the time, they would have had a good man when I came out. So I mean, I just want to know how y'all feel about this circumstance. Would you guys wait any type of prison time, or is there a certain time limit that you would wait for someone if you felt that they were worth it?
Dante, go ahead. You take this one first.
You want me to rock off? Okay.
Go ahead. I gotta see this.
Okay, so Pete.
I gotta see this, my boy.
The crime matters. The time matters. And I'm gonna talk about it from 2 different sides real quick. One, obviously, if I was locked up, and my expectations. But on the other shoe, it's about waiting for somebody in jail. So answer it from the perspective of waiting, on a female who's maybe locked up in jail. You know what? I'll talk about if I was locked up first. If I was locked up, to be honest with you, my expectation would not be that we remain in a full-fledged relationship. I wouldn't even want to put that on. I wouldn't want to put that kind of pressure on the relationship or the situation. Me not being physically there, and also not being able to do a lot of the things that the man role in a relationship is, in my mind, is inevitably going to lead to that relationship not working anyway. A man is a protector and a provider. Which of those can I do from in here? I have this woman out here who's not being protected for or provided for. And then at the same time, selfishly expecting her not to be protected or provided for by anyone else out of means of remaining loyal to me when I can't do anything for her. So a lot of people can operate from a selfish mindset. I'm not like that. I want my person to get through the next X amount of years the best way that they can, even if that's without me, the best way that they can. So if I'm locked down, honestly, we breaking up.
Mhm.
I'm not going to give you the chance to cheat on me. Now, here's the flip side of that.
Okay.
My man said in the comments. Now he mentioned he been locked up before, and he say black women don't wait. Now here's the other side of that is I've also seen a lot of brothers get locked down and their women not wait. So part of my whole, I ain't even gonna let you get to that point. Part of it comes from what I've heard and what I've seen. And then the other part is, man, I can't do what a man is supposed to do for you. So like, let me do my time. Let me not be emotional related to that time, worried about you, and let you get through the best way you can. Now, it's another side of that. Say it was a female, she was locked up. Depends on the crime. First of all, is she taking a charge for me?
Mhm.
Because that's different. Is she locked up for protecting our children on a given day? So the crime is she locked up for stealing out of the Target when we had money? Is she locked up for buying crack at a crack house and I didn't know the bitch did crack?
Mhm.
So first of all, the charge matters. If she locked up for buying crack at a crack house and I didn't know she buy crack, she can stuff her sorries in the sack because I ain't waiting on Nathan, baby. But not in the event that it was to protect our children or it was, taking a charge for me or to prevent me from getting a longer period of time or something like that, I would feel a sense of loyalty to hold that person down. And I would try my best to do so. To put a time frame on it, because that is the question on the topic. The longest I could do, oh Lord, 3.5 to 5. I could do 3.5 to
Wow,
5.
damn, you're a
Mm.
good
If it
man.
was for the right reason. If you'd asked me this 10 years ago, I wouldn't have been able to do it, but I got you. I got you, baby. I'm gonna handle you like I would want to be handled.
That's
Three to
cute.
3.5 to 5. Chuck, what's up? You ain't waiting, is you?
Oh, okay. For me, it just depends on the circumstances. Okay. Now, like right now, like say something happened with my wife and she got caught up in some crazy stuff. I'm a roll with her the whole time. I don't give a fuck how long it is. This is the person that I married. So our circumstances is completely different. We made a lifelong bond. So whatever happens from here on out, we rolling together. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if it's just somebody that I had sex with, it depends on the type of cachet you have with somebody. If you just somebody that you having sex with, y'all just started talking, and then she ended up going to jail. I mean, come on, how long you expect me to ride for that? You know what I'm saying? We don't have no foundation set or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't rolled for me. We don't got that cash set up. So it just really depends on how far the bond is before they get locked up. Now, I'm not gonna just start dating somebody that's already locked up because that's not real. The
Right.
reality is not gonna hit until they hit the streets. So once they hit the streets, now remember, there's a 68 recidivism amongst inmates. So when they come out, 68% of inmates are going to go back within the first 3 years. So you got to be careful if you actually establish something with somebody while they're locked up. Let them come out. They should have a plan, and you should see them start implementing their plan. Because behind walls, you just talk. It's just all talk. You just talking. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do this and this and that. But you got to show me. You know what I'm saying? Are we? How is this gonna work? And once I see that that you're doing what you said you're going to do, that you got some action behind those words, then then we might be able to talk about it. But I'm not going to establish nothing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if I was single back in the day, maybe a rapport with somebody and then see how it works out. But I would never just like say, hey, we about to get married and all that kind of stuff until I see that they are the true person that they say that they are.
Marrying somebody who's in jail is crazy.
I mean, I've heard of it. I know it's being done right now, and it is crazy to me. Male or female, it's just as I know. I know some people who are dealing with people who are in prison for damn near life, and they married them while they were in prison. A couple of them, men and female women, and
Dang.
I just don't get it. I don't. I get. Is it my turn to cut in here into this dance?
Please.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So Superman Love J says, I watched many a dude on them pay phones back in the day cry on the phone expecting their women to wait. Okay. All right. Well, Today on episode 5091 Reasons Why Pain is Still Single, we'll talk about how I feel about love on lockdown. All right. So Chuck brings up it's a really sad statistics that 30% of our men
That's
are
so
you saying
sad.
are going to prison, have gone to prison, or have some type of experience with prison?
Right. It said will
Will go.
will
go.
get a federal or state prison sentence.
That is very sad
That's so sad.
for
That-
us overall as a community.
That's by design. There's no way you
That's
could
so
like
sad.
that's by design. You know what I mean? It
That's
ain't just
so
by
sad,
accident.
bro.
It's not by accident. Come on now. Don't act like it's by accident. It's by
but we
design.
gotta start taking more responsibility for some of our action. Like,
Of course.
okay, case in point. All right, in the past 2 weeks, I have seen 3 women been murdered by their male significant others. I don't necessarily think that's by design. I think that's emotional fuckboy shit. So your decision landed you in jail. Do I think that some black men do get railroaded by the prison system? Oh yeah, I absolutely believe that. But I also believe that a lot of black men commit crimes out of immaturity or just not being able to think ahead, and then land themselves in prison. So I think looking at your, and I think we have to be really honest with ourselves as African Americans, that if you're talking about 30% of your population is going to jail, we've got to stop and scream and say something. Now, on the flip side of that, though, the positive is that 70% of our black men have not gone to jail. So I have a really good chance of dating someone who has not gone to prison. Okay,
It's a
and
good
that
baseline.
it's a good baseline. Like that's still a pretty good number, even if it's by design, 78%. That's still a good. What is it? A win is a win. A win
A
is a
win
win,
is a
right?
win.
A win is a win, right? So, but me, as you guys were talking, and I sat down, and this is why this becomes a whole black people. We gotta do better. I sat down and I looked at the majority of the black men in my family. So this is when I was, agreeing with Chuck, like, dang, I'm most likely to date a dude who's been in prison or in jail, because the majority of the black men in my family have had some type of experience with the prison and jail. But also, a lot of those black men did fuck shit that got them in there. Were their prison stuff extended because they were black? Absolutely. But like,
The reason they was in the courthouse was because of them. I get you.
you got yourself to the courthouse.
Mhm.
You shot a dude over $50 that he owed you for drugs. You got yourself. We got to take, right? So, in me being around a lot of men who are institutionalized, when I start hanging out with my other black friends whose family were not as institutionalized as mine, I realized that a lot of our thought process in our family is a little different because of that experience with the jail system. And we went to my family, they went to jail for like hard stuff, not anything easy. Nobody went to jail because they just stole $20. Like we banging over here. I'm sorry, we're bangers over here. My bad, community. Okay. So the conditions are set for black men to commit crime. True. But then Dante, have you ever been to prison or jail? Or well, maybe jail, but prison?
No, I've never been to prison.
Okay. So
But I mean, I totally understand his point. The conditions. We all are products of our environment. A lot of the times, your environment isn't conducive to one that's going to allow you to provide for your family like you need to. So you have to go about it different ways. Now, with that said, to your point, some people, again, you can make a choice to work 2 jobs, or you can make a choice to sling rock. I mean, it still will come back to your choice.
I absolutely agree. Go ahead, Jeff.
All right, let me put my 2 cents on this, okay?
Okay.
I don't think like you have to look at the full picture. Let's look at the broad spectrum, okay? The reason why I say that it's by design is like if you look at the conditions, in the ghetto all over the United States, it's all the same. There's subtle things that they do to influence our youth, like just like on YouTube. You're not allowed to say anything about guns or anything like that or influence guns unless it's a rap video. They got little the drugs that are flooding in here. Like this is we ain't not. I don't know nobody that's importing drugs from out of the country, but they're here. and they're in high demand, and I mean they're everywhere. So
And it ain't us.
things
Right.
like that. I mean, our conditions when you have lack of opportunity, and then you have drugs that are available, then
Yep.
it's a simple chemistry science project. It's going to be violence. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say it's by design, and it's so easy to get in trouble. It's the minimum things for to get you locked up. I mean, it could be very little things that can get you indicted on stuff, man. And then if we don't have the money to fight it, you know what I'm saying, then we're gonna stay locked up. We're not criminals by nature. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say only 4.4 of white men will be locked up, but 28 point, almost damn near 30% of us is gonna be locked up. There's something wrong there, man. Poverty and lack of opportunity and drug use is plays a big part in that. And the images that young people see on TV. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say yes. There's a reason why these kids go there. And like I said, I got close family members that are just out here. I mean, they just little fiends, man, little drug addicts already. And I try to talk to them, and it's because of the culture that we live in, man. Like it's crazy. So so that's why I say, we got to kind of look at that, a little bit different. I understand, yeah, of course, it's their actions, but
yeah,
the environment, like I said, I agree with Madison on this. The environment and the conditions, I mean, it makes it easier for you to get in trouble.
Yeah, two things can be true at the same time. They definitely lean on us more than they should. We definitely interact with the police more than we should. We definitely get locked up for petty things more than we should.
Yeah.
Also, the environment is bad, which leads to people doing things that aren't legal to earn an income for their family a lot of the times. And also, some folks grow up and make bad decisions and choices and land themselves in there blatantly. So, I mean, it's all of it going on, but the 30% is ridiculous. And I really, really hope we start to see that number come down. That's absurd. That's really sad. Champagne, you still haven't told us about dating anybody in prison, though. I don't want you to think that you're escaping the topic tonight.
I would rather drag my vagina over hot coals before I find an individual in prison to date. Most of the men women think they're already bad and then they out here bad. In prison, though, they've got nothing but time and opportunity to hone that manipulation skill, to hone that manipulate. Oh, it's only you, babe. I'm only thinking about you. Yeah, girl, go ahead, put some money in my books. To hone that skill. And then, have you guys seen Love After Lockup? Lockdown? Love After Lockdown?
Oh, yeah.
Love After Lockup. I have seen that.
No. Absolutely.
It don't be working. Huh? They be ready to get married, though, sis. Don't you?
They always ready to get married, especially if I gotta sit here and support. And then you know what happens when I sit here and support this man who's been in prison, and then the relationship fell. All the men in prison be like, see, that's who she chose. She wanted to deal with a nigga who was in prison. There's many of us who have not been in prison. Superman Lover J says easier, but it's still a choice. I made a fucked up choice. Yeah, you make a choice. Like it is harder for you. I completely agree. But at some point, we have to stop as a community and say, okay, all right, we can't allow this. We talk about drugs and everything. Diddy was bringing drugs into different states, but we're like, nah, man, they're just picking on this man. He's contributing to a bad community, but because he's black, it's cool. But if we're asking black people to, hey, just be better than them, then it becomes, well, drugs is the issue. But these are black people bringing drugs into the community. We have to stop ourselves. Yeah. We got to stop ourselves. So when I see and then also, I'm not heartless. It depends on the crime, like you guys would say. If this man went to prison because somebody was raping a child, he was protecting his family from Jeffrey Dahmer, some hero type shit, some shit where it makes, like, it's logical, like, oh yeah, I do that too, bang bang, I get it. But if it's something like, man, we was just out, me and my boys, we was just out having a good time, and then one thing led to another. If I hear one thing led to another, I know it's on some fuck shit. As soon as I hear that, it's fuck shit. So no,
that's either cheating or jail.
If I was in prison, I wouldn't want to be in a relationship like you. Like, for what? For why? I mean, you can call me, we can talk, we can phone sex here and there, but you don't owe me no loyalty because you know what type of individual I am. So if I landed myself in prison, I work to get myself in there. So I don't expect
it's not that shipping. It ain't that hard. Trust me. I've seen a lot nicer people go to jail for some stuff that they just got caught up. You could have one of your boyfriends in the car and he might have something on him. But it's in your car.
Right about that.
You feel me? And you can do time for that.
You're right. Have you watched Worst Ex Ever?
I haven't seen it. I watched that recently.
She went to jail because her boyfriend, because he was mad, she broke up with him because he was a dusty, right? He was a dusty. Ladies, you gonna leave dusties alone because he didn't have his own funds, right? He was mad at her and he set her up.
Yeah.
Set her up. And it was just she did. She went to jail for like 7 months.
And he took all that stuff out of her apartment while she was in jail.
Right, had people lie on her and stuff.
It was bad, but the police, well, again, Payne, easy to go to jail. That was a colored woman and a white man.
Yeah, what? Oh, no, not this one. They were both black. Or they were both Indian.
Oh, you talking about he set her up. I think you're talking about the other one. He set her up for real. He did. Weapons. He planted witnesses.
Yeah.
He went to the whole thing. But in the other situation, though, on that same, they have
you were right about
episodes. It was a young lady of color versus a white man. They got into a domestic situation. She left the house running, crying, screaming. They called the police. Police went and talked to the white man. He had hit himself. Put himself like he was in a thin line between love and hate. He hit himself and then told the police, like, oh, she attacked me. He had a scratch on his face, and they locked her up because he had marks on him. So, and once you have a record, it becomes very difficult to live in the country that we're in.
It does.
To live the kind of life that you want to live in the country that we're in. And it happens left and right to our young men. 18, 19, 20, you get a prison sentence. 6, 7, 8 years.
Right.
You come out, you 27, 28. Like, what can you do?
Right.
To be able to provide for your family.
The last check they have on the application, have you ever been convicted of any crime? That's always eliminated. But that's why I always had to be self-motivated and establish my own businesses because I couldn't get hired by anyone. You know what I'm saying? So, I had to make something happen or I wouldn't have anything in this world. Trust me. It's really hard when you got a record to get anything. So you got to be creative. But if I didn't have the aptitude to do things and be creative and create jobs for myself, where would I be at? Like right now, you know what I'm saying? I would be frustrated and, girl would probably telling me I ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? And everything.
Yes, you would. Absolutely.
Straight up.
Yes, you would. Absolutely.
So I just feel, for people who can't create and, you know what I'm saying? And all they have is factory jobs for most people. You know what I'm saying? So, man, it's just for me, this hits home for me because I could have easily been involved in certain situations like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I would have been, I would have been a statistic, man, man. So that's why I say there are good men out there that may be locked up. That might have just got caught up in the wrong crowd or, you know what I'm saying? So just it's not a broad brush stroke for everyone that they're the same. Some people are criminals and they need to be in jail. Trust me.
Yeah.
But there are some people that just got caught up on some dumb stuff, man. And, and they have a good heart and when they get out, they want to do better. So they might need a support system to get them back on their feet.
And to that point, man, I know Chuck told this story a little bit earlier and I got one to share. I could have very easily been locked up very easily for several years because I had a gun charge. I think I might have been either 19 or 21. I can't remember, but we were hanging out just outside my buddy's mom's house in Florida. We were outside of the apartment, just in the parking lot, hanging out. And my buddy, his girlfriend's younger brother, and 2 of his friends came up. So now there was about 5 or 6 young men outside. And we were laughing and having a good time. Now, at the same time, I think I might have had a beer, like a 40 ounce in a paper bag. And I think another of my boys might have had a beer or something like that.
You had the skirt on it?
Yeah. It was back in the day, man. 40 ounces, man. $2.69 to get you right, man. Old English, man. So we were out there drinking, chilling, having a good time. Apparently, someone heard a lot of us outside. And when the cops came around the corner, they told us that they got a report that some people were out here fighting. So we remember looking at it like fighting because we were just out there literally laughing and having a great time. But you know how we are, black people, with our voices and the bravado. We were out there laughing, having a good time, and that scared them folk. Somebody heard a bunch of brothers out there having a good time, and they called the police. So, the same time, I had recently purchased a pistol. And in fact, I remember I was over 21. Florida, 21 years old, you can go to the thing and get a gun. You just got to wait 3 days. So I recently got a pistol. Now, because the younger brothers of my homeboy's girlfriend was around, of course, the young men, they wanted to see the strap. So I pull the strap out, I take the clip out of the strap, passing around the strap, no clip. Somebody has the clip, and I can't remember who. But essentially, tell me why y'all the police come around the corner right as we're passing this gun around. So the situation is the young boys are looking at the gun. I'm like, oh, let me see. Oh, dang, that's tight. You know, all this playing with it, whatever. Police come around the corner, quick. So whoever had the gun threw it in my. Oh, actually, they handed it to me real quick, and I threw it in my back seat on the floor.
Damn.
So the police call up, and they're like, everybody put their hands on the car. Somebody, I don't know who it was, took the clip right as the police called us to get up and slid it under the car. So all you could hear was like. So the police start looking under the car at their guns, and they're like, "Whose magazine is that? Whose magazine?" And they start flipping. They got guns on us, all this stuff, whatever. So again, they get us all. Then they start looking in the car. They see the gun on the floor. It's a bad look. It's about 6 young black men out here. They had us all on the ground, all in handcuffs. What they did was they checked everybody's ID for warrants and everything else that everybody had. One of my homeboys was mouthy with the police. They took him down, put him in the back of the car, handcuffed. They reviewed everything. I told them, sir, it's my gun. I recently purchased it. Here's what's going on. It was not loaded at the time. The clip was separate from the actual unit. Like, had that conversation with them. They told me that the rule, which, again, I went down to the pawn shop and bought a pistol at 21. I didn't really know the rule. They told me the rule was that in Florida, like, yeah, even though you can go buy it, it needs to be 2 steps away. So that meant that I could have it in my glove box. And also you had to store the clip separate. I could have in my middle console one, and I could have in the glove box the other, and I could ride like that all day, no problem. Couldn't ride with it on my lap. Couldn't ride with it loaded in the glove box in one place, but I could do the 2 steps. Oh, well, I didn't know that. And at this point, the police are here. They've got 6 young men on the ground, and there's a gun. I literally heard them say, we're going to check ID. Somebody else walked up. We're going to check IDs. There's no warrants, whatever. We'll just take him for the gun and let these guys go. So that was the plan. God intervened. I ended up talking my way out of that one. So I genuinely did not understand the rule. I literally just purchased it. Again, thankful for the gift of gab and not having an attitude with the man, but let him know that it was an honest mistake. I recently had a friend of ours gunned down and was the reason why I even purchased the weapon. And he asked who was the friend. I told him my friend's name who had recently been murdered, and he said he knew him and that he worked that case, and that was really sad. Some young boys had jacked my homeboy for it. He had a really fancy car, and these boys were like 14 or 15. And they jacked him for his car, shot him, left him dead. So he ended up essentially saying that he understood. They looked my stuff. I didn't have a record. Nothing was going on, and ended up letting me go. But that quick, I could have had a gun charge and been gone at least 4 to 6 years easily. Come out of that situation, what am I? Today I've been married, I have children, I'm a productive member of society. There's a lot of things that I got going for myself, and I'm very impactful in the lives of my children. But all of that could have been taken from me just by hanging out, by the police coming up and deciding, you know what? I don't care. Put them in jail for 3 years. Not realizing that afterwards, what does that person do after they have that felony on their record and they come out? My man, Superman Lover J said, the real sentence starts when you come home. I've been there. Because that's when you're supposed to be free, but it doesn't feel like it. And it's like, there is a world where you are forced to do some things that you don't want to do to provide for your family. And it's sad that it has to be that way. I think that there's a large portion of that 28.5% that are good guys who just found themselves in a bad spot. So for my brothers who are locked down, keep your head up, man. We appreciate y'all in every way. Again, if you rape kids, sorry, bro. You need to stay your ass in there. But for the rest of y'all, the weed charges, the petty stuff, police pulled you over, searched your car unlawfully, all of that other stuff, man. I see it going on. It happens to me and my boy Chuck, man. Can y'all keep your head up, man?
Like Khalif Browder. Yeah.
That was so sad.
That was horrible sad. Yeah, man. Like, you know, they get screwed up. If you come out of prison and you become productive, it's easier to take that chance to date you. But if you come out of prison, because I've dated people from prison, right? So it's not like this is just me never experiencing it. I lived around it. I've dated it. But they have to, I think that as a man, when you come out of prison, you got to work on yourself because there's a lot of things you got to deprogram because you're reprogrammed in there mentally. You're institutionalized. So you got to come back out here and you have to reacclimate to society. There's certain things that you could do in prison that maybe out here you don't have to do. Like you don't have to scurry off into your room to eat your food. I'm not going to steal it for you. You can sit right here. It's cool.
So why you ain't going to help a brother get acclimated back to society, sis?
I would, because he's a man. You can't be a leader and I'm leading you.
I said help.
What you talk? Helping to me is like, oh yeah, they hiring down there. Like that's help.
Champagne, Lord have mercy.
That's help.
Oh my God. Champagne, listen to me. I mean, this life is full of peaks and valleys, man. Like, you know, if you plan on being in a long-term relationship with somebody, you know, there might be times in where they need your help and you may need their help. I mean, that's just how life goes. So, I mean, for you to just like say, hey, I ain't gonna help you. I mean, come on, like, will you ever get anything? No, but if you guys are trying to go get towards building something, then I mean, you know, you got to. I mean, it could be something minor. You know what I'm saying? Just to help.
I would help with that.
Yeah. No, you just said you're just going to direct him to the employment office.
If he's an ex-convict, he's fresh out of prison. No woman needs to be helping him because he's not focused on trying to be in a committed, exclusive relationship. By and large, there are some who will. Yeah, okay. But that's not the average.
Right. I'm not, listen, I get it. Like I said before earlier, you should really wait. Like if somebody just getting out of jail, let them reacclimate to society and become who they're going to be. Yeah. Because people do talk and like I said, their words may not match their actions. So I get that. But I'm just saying, like, you know, just give him a little bit of encouragement. I mean, damn, he trying. As long as he's trying. Like, come on now.
Nah, I like trying. I like trying, but at some point you have to do because there's niggas who've been trying for 20 years.
I'm with you,
trying,
sis. Don't let
trying is
I'm
doing
with you, sis. Don't.
No, trying is trying. That's why they're two different words.
Don't be trying to set my sis up with no jailbird nigga who's doing bad man.
Right.
Girl, you gonna get you a winner.
Let me tell you a story. Y'all got, this is a quick story.
Okay.
There was a man, okay? I used to go to high school with him. Out of high school, he got caught up for having, like you said, down there, from having a firearm. He was sent to jail. Now he's a felon. Happened.
Could have been me.
It happened. It could have been you. But I'm like, you know what? He's a nice guy. That's reasonable. Like, I still fuck with you, right? But like, over the time that we would talk, he never had any drive. He was okay with working at McDonald's part-time. He was okay at living with his cousin, but sleeping. The cousin owned the house or owned the apartment. I'm sorry, that's too much. He owned the apartment, and this dude slept downstairs in the living room, so he has to fuck in the living room, right? He was okay with not having a car because not only, you know, is he a felon, but he doesn't have his license either. So
I mean, you go to the bottom of the barrel.
How long had he been out?
This was over a duration of years, so he had been out for like over duration. So mind you, early when he first came out, it was like, I'm good. But as time went on, I'm like, he's a really nice guy. He's really nice. I'll help him out. He was like, can you help me get a job? Send me your resume. Never send me the resume. That's help to me.
So this one brother is your sticking. Okay, keep going.
All I'm saying is after that, when I realized he couldn't send me something as simple as a resume, that let me know it's a hard no. As a man, you have to have some type of ability to get yourself up and go. I shouldn't be the one having to start. It's true.
I get that, but you're at the bottom barrel. You're talking about somebody working at McDonald's. And I mean, I'm talking about somebody that has a vision to establish things and be productive. Working at McDonald's and not even sending resumes, that's not a responsible person. That's not a responsible person.
Don't
He
say the
hadn't
same
been,
thing.
but this is the example of someone who's been in prison. This is why I said
That ain't everybody.
he's not everybody, but neither is the person that you're representing. But these are
Oh,
what jailbirds are. These are what the jailbirds that
oh
we
no,
have
that's
as
not
women.
true. Oh my
That's
gosh.
saying everybody.
Oh my gosh. Anyway,
That's
it came
everybody
to our
at night.
time.
Thank you, Superman Leather J.
Yeah, appreciate the love, the compliment.
We did-
Man.
we-
Keep 'em coming.
We appreciate it. Hey, and like I promised from last week, hold on, I'm gonna show y'all a little picture right here before we get off.
Let me see.
Hold on, let me see. Real quick before we get off. Y'all thought I was lying? Hold on, wait a minute.
Oh!
Yeah. Hold on.
The show with that.
Yeah, I know.
Hold
that.
on. Who was this little heartthrob right here? You know what I'm saying? I was a lady killer back in the day. You feel me? That was my I'll be short look right there. I had my little bob. You feel
Sure,
me?
boy.
Who was that little killer right there?
Oh my
Look like Ralph
God.
a little bit, man.
This is the one that left the black females in shambles.
I love it.
But anyway, hey y'all. Last thoughts though on this subject. Yeah, start with you, Dante.
Hey, man, listen. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. If you rocking with me, baby, it better be taking the charge for me if you want me to hold you down.
Oh no.
Otherwise, it's a no-go for me, baby. How y'all feel?
All right, Champagne.
Lady, it's only if you have shown yourself as worthy. Because you put in the time, you've done the work, and you see that he's in a good place, should you even entertain talking to someone? Other than that, I leave them alone. They need help.
Okay, y'all. Hey, and my last thought, listen. 28% of black men will be locked up. All those men are not bad. Give them a chance, man. The dating pool is not really that big. You might have a great man when he comes out. I know somebody that actually I ain't gonna put him out there, but he got married when he first came out. He had a plan, and now he's doing great. Him and his wife are doing really good. They stay out here in Vegas, and they doing a thing. So don't just fall for the stereotype. There are really good men out there that just had bad luck. Okay, so until next time, we'll see y'all next week on Thursday Night Therapy. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Peace.
Peace.